Hey gang, I'm Paul with Studpack. Welcome back to our channel. In our previous video, you saw Jordan and I insulate this entire project we've been working on. It's made a huge difference already. It only took us like an afternoon, and this house is finally feeling comfortable in here. The downside is that attic's getting pretty hot right now. We were in there earlier today, and it's late April here in southern Louisiana, so the attic's gonna be hot, but we get to work down here in this nice cool house. And we're super pumped that we can start hanging drywall in here. We've been waiting and waiting. The owners have been waiting. And today we're gonna start hanging drywall, and we're gonna start with the lid. That's what we call ceilings, the lid in this dining area. So just like Jordan and I are about to take these 12-foot pieces of drywall and boost them up to this ceiling, we would really appreciate it if you guys would help us boost this video, support the channel, smash that like button for us, and consider subscribing. So let's talk a little bit about arsenal, guys. I usually don't talk about my bags and what I'm wearing and what tools I have, but that drywall is heavy. I wanna be light. So I took out everything I don't need, and it's sitting right here on the table. My electrical tools, crescent wrenches, my level. And so I'm pretty bare bones. Utility knife, pencils, a taping knife. I'm gonna show you why. Tape measure. I got these 2-inch screws. I'm gonna show you what those are for later. And then we're using 1.25-inch drywall screws to hang all the drywall. And then here's some other tools we're gonna need. I have my good old Hilti SF4000. It's just for driving drywall screws. It's got this hook on it. I can hook it right there if I need to. Put up a sheet, grab the drill, boom, good to go. The cord's about 1 mile long, which is awesome. Don't need extension cords. Spare tape measure. Seems like Jordan and I are always looking for a tape measure. I got these blocks. We're going to show you that in just a minute, what those are for. These are a huge help. Of course, the drywall square is a must-have. A little surf form tool for cleaning up those edges. I guess we got some rain on my tools. Look at that. And a roto zip for going around the outlets and all the penetrations in the drywall. So let's head over here and we'll show you the rock we're going to be hanging. I've got 12 12-footers and 20 8-footers. If Jordan and I could hang 16-footers, I'd order them. They're hard to find anyway, so 12 is as long as we can get. I like to hang as long a sheet as we can get. It makes finishing much easier. And then if you order your drywall from a company and they deliver it, they're most likely gonna store it flat. Don't plan on them to lean it against the wall. They're gonna store it flat, so we made room for that. So all this drywall right here, plus all the insulation that we hung in the previous video, was right at $1,000 in late April 2021. Hopefully a year from now, we're looking at this video, we're like, man, prices were so high back then, I'm glad they came back down. Hopefully that's gonna be the case. And what we have right here is American Gypsum 1/2-inch lightweight panels. I'm glad they're lightweight because we're about to be benching them overhead. You ready, buddy?
I'm ready.
And I'm pretty juiced up here. I can work late. How about you?
I can go. Can you go when the sun goes down?
I'll be right there with you. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, we've got our first row up, a 12-footer and a 6-footer, about. And you saw us use those blocks, made it super easy for 2 people to hang a 12-foot long sheet. Let me just take you through them real quick. I don't know where I saw them first, but I've been using this concept for years. You have this type, which is just a straight piece of wood. I'm using plywood. You can use anything you want. And then this one has a step in it to accommodate the drywall. These just happen to be about 1.25 inches wide, 6 inches long, and that hole's about 1.5 inches from the end. It doesn't matter. And on this one, same dimension on this piece, but this little guy is 3 inches long. So you saw how I put these up on one wall. It held the sheet for us. We lifted the sheet, pivoted these to hold up the other edge. We could let go, position it, fine tune it, screw it off, take these down. So we showed you how these work when you're putting a sheet against a wall. Now let's show you how they work when you're putting one sheet against a previously installed sheet. Man, look outside. It's a beautiful day out there. It looks like it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now we know it's not 1 o'clock, but mentally it needs to be. Let's keep working.
What happened?
Come off the...
Nice. Dad went to put his drywall in the block, but the block came out. The screw wasn't grabbing the stud because it had to go through the double block and through the drywall. So he set it down for support and it almost fell. But we caught it, had to work quick. Makes it exciting.
All right. So before we hung this sheet of drywall, I measured to the center of the grill for the AC opening. I wrote it right here, 12 inches to the middle. X marks the spot.
Yeah.
All right, this is really a learned skill right here. I don't do it very much. Let's give it a whirl.
That's looking pretty good, dude. What?
Just call me...
Nice, dude.
Just call me CNC Paul. All right, I am so excited that ceiling is up. We've been waiting a long time to see the finished result of all our work, the demo, the reframing, and I can tell this thing is super flat because we used our laser to frame it. Now, Jordan and I just used a couple of ladders. This room just wasn't big enough to go out and rent scaffolding. I don't own any, so we just hung it off the ladders. It worked fine. You'll also notice that there's only one penetration in this whole ceiling, and that's the grill for the AC right here. The plan is there'll be 6 recessed lights. We'll cut all those in later. The electricians ran the wires, and there's also going to be a beautiful chandelier right here over the dining room table. We're not sure exactly where it's going to be yet, so that switch leg is up there also, and the location is to be determined. But by now, the sun is definitely setting. We usually don't work past sundown on this channel, but who knows, maybe when we buy our own house to renovate, Jordan's got some pretty crazy ideas he wants to do.
Hell yeah. No, not this. Heck yeah, man, we got a lot of crazy stuff planned.
He might have me working all night long on that thing.
But I'll be with you.
Right, but not today. Today we're headed home to get some rest, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey gang, we're back. It's the next day. Check out that ceiling. We're so proud of it. And here's the deal. We hung 12 footers, only 2 butt joints. If we'd have hung 8 footers, there'd have been 5 butt joints. You just got to pick your battle. Would you rather hang 12 footers and have fewer butt joints, or hang 8 footers and deal with more butt joints in the finishing stage? But we're going to throw you into a time lapse, hang the ceiling in the kitchen, and wrap this beam. Let's get going. Alrighty guys, that beam is wrapped in drywall. It looks awesome. We beveled this just like the finisher wanted, so he won't have any gaps. I think he's gonna use a plastic glue-on splayed bead. Splayed just means it's gonna be like that, 135 degrees, whatever that is. That's gonna give him plenty of surface to put his corner bead on there, make that perfect. Yeah, we tore some paper, but that's gonna happen, but all that gets covered with corner bead and mud. So what do you say, Jordan? You wanna handle this tray right here and patch that and get rid of it?
Dude, I'm kind of done with ceilings. I think we should do this pantry. I mean, that's kind of driving me crazy, seeing that awesome, huge pantry still in sticks. I think we should throw some drywall on it.
All right, I'll make you a deal.
It's like 8 sheets. Come on, man.
All right, I'll make you a deal. You help me do the pantry, and then right after that, we'll do this.
Deal.
All right, let's get it done.
That's cute. You need a line? What's that?
That was for you. Jordan and I were tired of doing ceilings, so we said, let's jump in this pantry and do the whole thing. So we got it knocked out. And usually when you hang drywall, spaces seem smaller, but this is a nice sized pantry. Can't wait to finish that. So we came out here, hung the sheet on our TV wall, and went ahead and hung that corner. So that's all done. We do have one more repair to make on the ceiling. I've kind of been procrastinating about it, but we need to do it. So it's where this old fluorescent light was recessed in the ceiling. So what we're gonna do, we gotta pull down the drywall around the perimeter. This is gonna be a little bit of a project. Probably do some blocking in there. We're gonna insulate it, even though it's insulated on top. Cut this drywall back so we can make a proper patch. So let me grab the ladder, my pry bar, and get to work. All right, we finally got that old fluorescent light trough filled in. Looks great. I was hard at it this morning getting some of this other stuff done. Right now we're ready to hang this big sheet right here. If you look up in this corner, you can see the bolts attaching our bracket to the beam. So on the back side of this sheet, I just cut a recess with my buzz saw to accommodate those bolts. I also used the blocks that we use to hang our sheets on the ceiling as a temporary support for us, 48¼ inches down from the ceiling. Put it on there, tip it up, lift it up, screw it to the wall. Let's get it done. All right, gang, we are finished with drywall. We are out of gas, man.
Yeah, that was rough. That was tough.
Yep, in 5 days, gang, we had the plumbers here, the electricians here, all 3 inspections like we showed you. Jordan and I insulated everything, and we hung 32 sheets of drywall, and that was some complicated cuts, a lot of that. It wasn't easy.
Right. But why do we work so hard, Dad? Why are we doing all of this in 5 days? Why are we insulating and drywalling the whole project in 3 days, staying here till 7, 8, you know?
So I have to finish tonight because in the morning, where are we going?
We're going to Washington State.
Right,
We're
we have
flying.
a flight from New Orleans to Seattle. Jordan's sister just got engaged. Her fiance owns a house up there, but it's kind of trash. He had 2 roommates, and you know what 3 guys do to a house.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yep.
We've been called upon.
That's right, stud pack road trip.
Right.
And
we are going to be filming it.
We will.
We are going to be up there. It's going to be a little series that we're going to do. It's going to be basic renovations. It's not a full renovation remodel like this is, but it's, you know, what happens if your buddy punches a hole in the wall?
Right.
What happens if...
Or a door.
or a door. You know, what happens if this doesn't turn on? What happens if this is broken? Stuff like that. So it'll be really fun.
Yeah, they've already ripped out all the carpets. We're going to put down laminate floor, new baseboard, all new appliances, paint the whole thing. There's always more.
A little bit of work away from work.
Yep.
But I'm hoping that the change of scenery. I've never been up north, so
it's beautiful.
I can't wait. I'm really excited to get up there with the camera and kind of see what happens.
The challenge for me and you is going to be, we're not bringing any tools.
That's right.
No track saw, no saw stop, no routers. So we're going to either rent or buy what we need. It'll be interesting.
So what we actually wanted to do is we wanted to have enough content from this project to last us while we were in Washington, but
Right.
the scheduling issues with the inspectors and the electricians just did not allow us to be able to have enough content. So we're gonna have to take a little bit of a break.
Right.
So that's why they won't see us for a while, right?
But we were flying on some of this.
Yeah, we were going really quick. That, like most of the time when you see a time lapse, that was just us saying like, let's get this up, let's get it done, just time lapse it and call it good, which is normally the exact opposite of what we say.
Right.
We want to go into detail and talk as much as possible about what we're doing.
We would get a sheet fit, put 2 screws in it. Jordan would finish screwing it off, and I'm working on the next one. By the time he's done, I'm ready to hang the
Or
next
I'm
sheet.
screwing one off and you're routing, you know, or planning or measuring for, you know, the router cuts or whatever like that.
Yep. And the ones today were kind of tough. We had all the plumbing behind the sink, all the plumbing and electrical behind the washer and dryer, the gas line, the vent. That was rough. That was my last sheet of the whole project, and I butchered it with the router. I was so out of gas, I couldn't even control that thing. But the finisher will take care of it.
Which we've never been able to say that.
That's
on
right.
this channel.
Right.
We're subbing out.
Because we were the finisher.
Right. And you know, we do a good job, but we're subbing out the drywall finishing for this entire project.
While we're gone, Josh and his dad and another guy, they're going to be taking care of all this. Josh came by last week, said get it ready for me, and by the time you get back, it'll be done.
He's gonna do a great job. I think they're gonna do an awesome job.
Yeah,
we're gonna come back into this project and it's gonna look like an immaculate finish.
Right, and hopefully they're still here a little bit so we can get a little video of them working and ask them some questions and stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
We're gonna fly back and then fly.
So you guys won't see us for a couple of days because unfortunately, like we said earlier, we tried to get one last video out to kind of fill the gap between now from the end of this video and when we get back from Washington, but we just couldn't do it because of scheduling issues.
Right.
But don't worry, we will be back soon.
Yep, when we get back, we're gonna, like we said, put in the cabinets, build this peninsula right here. Got a beautiful backsplash, beautiful new appliances.
Man, this kitchen is gonna look awesome. So when we get back, we have some epic kitchen content for you guys. It's gonna be insane. We got a lot of cool stuff that we want to show you. We can't wait to show you, and we're gonna be pumping it out when we get back. We're gonna be hitting it hard, aren't we, Dad?
We will.
Cool, man. And then
And all the stone on that fireplace, don't forget that.
we also have a fireplace upgrade. That's true.
Right. All right, guys, so go outside, get your drywall router, do a perfect pass around that like button, not like me where I butchered it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'd appreciate that. Drop us a comment, ask a question, and we will see you when we get back.
When we get back.